Good evening, everyone. Good evening. I'm here to let someone know, the people know who's watching my video under my YouTube channel. I'm here to preach to understanding about the days we living in. To understand that we gonna have to keep our faith, no matter how hard it gets, no matter what the devil tells you. All that deception is all what's going on with the devil, you guys. And everybody got to understand that spiritual battles are real. Demons are real out here nowadays, which is more bolder with it. So we always got to keep our faith. Okay, today's message is how to conquer darkness of facing the devil and understanding how to do better facing the enemy. Y'all, all I know is that Satan has an agenda, you guys. Satan's agenda is to take over the truth of God and Jesus. And the truth is going to stand no matter what. No matter the days and time we living in, the truth is always trying to be blinding the true people from the real people who knows what's going on. Because they holy, they living by God, obeying God. Not just saying that you with God, you got to obey God. Listen to him. You can say, I'm with God, serve God, but you got to obey him and follow his will. A lot of people got to follow their will to know if you with God or you with the devil. Okay, we're going to explain about the enemy attack is going on right now. Because some people don't believe in God or believe in the spiritual of Yahweh, of God, of the understanding of the true believers of Christ, of the truth of Christ. Because some people on social media don't know God. I got some people who grew up, and when people starting to wake up to realize that I'm a non-believer, this all I know is what I see and grow up of spiritual belief nowadays. But now I'm seeing a big increase of non-believers are starting to realize, what's this God stuff about, Jesus and stuff. And all I know is a lot of wake-up call all over the world about this non-believers are starting to realize God is real. Because they got some people who non-believers don't know nothing about God. And I'm here, my mission, Pastor Gino preaches about this. He preaches about the truth. Pastor G. Craig preaches about the truth. All the other ministers that's exposed the truth, the true ministers that exposes what's going on in the world compared to the Bible. And they got some people who don't make choices, serving by not understanding that, the music industry is the devil's domain. It's to sell out, or you just gonna be lost out, into society, how the day's going in. Nowadays, people think, because you got to have a lot of money, meaning that you good in the days we in, which was not. And it's not holy in the right way. And a lot of people is, killing themselves, not knowing that God died for our sins to let us know that you don't have to kill yourself. You're going to have to forgive if someone do you wrong. And people got to understand that in the days we in, it's all the battle of the devil and deception. And everybody got to understand Satan is a deception. AI generated is a deception for world destruction of us, the humans in us, and of our mankind. And that's the devil's agenda, to destroy it and mess it up for God's will and Jesus' will. So, the darkness, a lot of witchcraft, a lot of non-godliness, a lot of distractions, worldly. It's not talking about God, and a lot of people's not reading their Bibles. And some people are and some people not. And I'm just going to give a message to the people who don't believe, to understand, even people in the music industry, even people who don't even know me, even people who don't know who I am. I still got to let them know that people who's non-believers, they got to understand there is a God out there. They got a God out there that knows what the devil does, deception of the world, and how the world is going. So we got to understand to keep our faith, keep praying, keep living holy until it's time. Because it's going to come a day where Jesus' way show up, of messages of people. They have some people who died and came back and telling a message, and people still, being unbelief, and, and some people do accept and say it is real. And people never thought they saw it that way, but it is what it is. It's just that we are blind by the truth. It's because the world is nothing ruled by the devil. And people got to understand some things that, I'm quitting music because people got to understand that's the devil's domain. The devil is the author of music. And I know this. And I felt like I said, through that journey of me producing music, I realized I have the talent, but I'm going to quit the talent because I'm going to get right with God and live holy and quit the bad habits of serving the devil and serving God more. I don't care what the music industry say. It's just that whatever they say, that's nothing of God. It's distractions. They don't accept God in their hearts. People don't understand you got to accept God in your heart. No matter what the devil does, people going through a lot of things, struggling financially, living abomination, all that kind of stuff. Worrying about materialistic things, money, going with somebody just because of money, not really because of true love of the person, of not knowing that, money is the root of evil. As always, they say. The more money you like, the more you don't love God. You serve mammon. You serve the false god of people praise about money a lot. And at the end of the day, people are crying and getting hurt. Society is fucked up. And people not understanding it is messed up. Because you know why? It's a lot of devil's deception all over this social media and all over this world, and demons and getting people exposed, and all this wickedness of child molestation and people killing each other. Thou shalt not murder, all this wickedness. Robbing people, thou shalt not rob, kill, thou shalt not homicide, all that stuff. And people not understanding that. Because God watching everyone. We at a time where it's watching. It ain't like, it ain't wake up. We got to keep praying, us God's people. Israelites, all the people the true believers right now need to believe and keep praying. And be aware and be woke among this stuff every day on social media. And people got to understand that God does not play. The devil doesn't play either. If you're going to serve the devil, serve him. Go to hell, be with him, because it's going to come a time where you're going to have to choose one or the other. Because you can't serve two masters at the same time. And a lot of people got to understand that God, Jesus, and God is finna wake up a wake awakening of the whole world, of understanding that some people are decepted and deceived, or they got the people who's chosen and God's people who understanding what's going on. Because I'm rare right now. I'm a rare person right now speaking among this. Because most people nowadays ain't saying this. Because nowadays people going by the blindness of deception, of delusion, and not understanding that the devil doesn't play. A lot of people just killing, shooting, kids being disrespectful, Adults doing adultery, marrying, remarrying, all that kind of stuff. Cheating, beating up people, disrespect, racism, all that kind of stuff. All I see every day. Financial destruction. Oh, my kids doing this. Oh, kill ourselves, all that kind of stuff. But people don't understand that God doesn't play. God just wants people to really get right, or just not understand that it's the wake-up call or the beginning to see who tests the God's people right now, to see if you're a true Christian or you're not. Because people got to understand that. People got to understand that. They got to understand this. They got to understand that it's come a time that it's going to be a time where it's going to be, I never seen it coming. All that kind of saying. And a lot of people got to understand that you got to appreciate what you got 9 days, because 9 days is going to get tight. And right now, like they said on the news, it's going to get hard. The preacher preached about it. All what people did, all the true ministers, the real true ministers, the ministers they hate, the ones that speak the truth, like Gino and Pastor G. Craig, all these people, all the pastor people I know. They are the true people, is the ones is giving us the message to wake up, to get right. Because a lot of people, and even the non-believers, y'all got to understand about the devil and about darkness, about witchcraft, all that evil stuff. All what's going on is it's a big ass deception. That's what the devil agenda is 9 days. To deceive the whole world. Distractions has nothing to do with God. And if everybody have noticed this, all through social media, this and that, they never speak about God. They speak about worldly stuff, worldly things, worldly music, worldly stuff that has nothing to do with Jesus or the whole way God of Yahweh. So when it comes down to this stuff, it's going to all come down when that day comes. I don't know when the day comes, but it's going to come one day. It's going to come one day that it's going to all come to its light of its truth that the pastor's been preaching for years, and they're going to keep preaching until it come down. Because all I know, I'm a true Christian right here. Because a lot of people are afraid to say the truth 9 days about how people promote an abomination, all that kind of stuff in the music. Jealousy, relationships, not being married, getting killed, kids being disrespectful, not knowing that it's all finna come down to a real true awakening of a wake-up where talking about Trump, he ain't of God. All of this stuff is not of God, praising God. That's the people who know God, they got to understand how he doesn't play. People got to understand what he does and what God doing, and put things in positions to pick people understand about God. And people who don't believe and non-believers, they now seeing it. They now seeing that, okay, the non-believers are now waking up, seeing to believe God now. Because now the believers are now leaning to the non-believers. That's how I know. People are, right now, God is testing the whole world about who is serving him and who's not. Because God don't play when it comes to serving him and people of his God's people of his disciples. God's disciples or the world disciples. Because like I said, God doesn't play when it comes to sin. Jesus died for our sin. And people got to understand, even the non-believers got to wake up and understand that God is out there. People got to get right, knowing and keep faith. The people got to just keep strong. They're not keeping strong in this. I'm a strong woman of God. I'm not a preacher. I'm just a strong woman of God to speak about what's going on in this world, and it's about to be an awakening, and it's all distractions. It's worldly distraction, and people are being deceived. People are being deceptive, knowing that, hold on, I know that ain't right, but it seemed right to them, but they're going to say, hold on, it's all deception. It's the devil. The demons gets in people, and it's all deception. The devil is shape-shifting. All the devil doing is shape-shifting around this whole world. Because the devil is of the world. The devil, Satan owns the world. He shape-shifts. He's a shape-shifter of seraphim. And the devil always shape-shifts of any way of when principalities and all this stuff in war, all these angels, it's all part of God's plan. It's about to let the whole world know that it's going to come a time where God going to get his people. The ones who did right and the ones who obeyed the assignment of what God, Jesus and God and Yahweh want people to do. They want people to understand that, non-believers too, I got to shout out to y'all. I'm here to help y'all to wake up to the world, that the music industry, I'm here to let society know that God going to have to be in their people's lives. The world got to know. People who don't know who they are, just still forgive them and let them know that that's what they need. But I'm going to be hated by this video because most people don't understand about the spiritual of what God say. Separate, don't be with the world. You are not of the world. Don't be of the world, as they say. And a lot of people got to know this. The truth always stands. The way how people going nowadays lying, lies always fail, because why? Lies don't stand. But all I know, you're going to be persecuted. I'm going to be persecuted of the truth, because if you standing for the truth of God, and I'm standing for the truth, I am going to be hated. I'm always going to be hated because of the truth. Because why? You chose God. You chose God's path. You chose to obey and pray in this day and time of the chosen. And the devil always knows his people. Because God knows his people. The music industry knows his people. The world knows his people. And people got to understand that God is watching everyone. Even the devil is watching. The devil's watching everybody. At the same time, people got to understand that the spiritual is real. Demons are real. Possession, how people are not seeing and walking around, it's deception. And demon possession, they need to be cast out. They need to be cast out, the devil. People need to hear the word, read the word, and keep praying and cast those demons out their life and out their household and their lifestyle in their spirits. So everybody got to start praying for protection. Just praying for everything in the world, pretty much. Pray for your lifestyle, your kids, your wife, your husband, your daughters and sons, and whoever, your whole family, pretty much, the way this day is coming. But after a while, it's just that the world got to wake up and understand that it's going to come a time that you choose the world, or you choose the world, or you choose God. God will live in holiness of his path of the chosen God's people. And standing on the truth out here is rare. I'm just going to go and say it. A lot of people are living in sin of the darkness. It's just nothing but darkness. It's nothing but darkness, and people got to understand, God's people don't hang around. We don't group up. We don't hang with the world. We know we the truth. We the truth. My goal for this, my goal for my life is to still keep preaching God and pray for my kids, pray for everything, and forgive people still. And a lot of people just got to understand that God is a true mighty God. And people who's non-believer, who's watching this video, they need to understand that God loves everyone. If you accept his will if you obey his holiness and accept his truth, in order to be God's chosen people, to understand that, deception is out there. You're a real true Christian, to stand up. I'm standing up my voice on this social media about how the music industry got to understand. Y'all got to get right. All y'all doing is giving it up and sacrifice, selling y'all soul just to the devil like flies. And no, they doomed to hell. They just doomed. They just need to get prayer. I'm just going to pray for them. That's what people need to do, pray for them. And some people on here is doomed. They need God. They need prayer. They need deliverance from the demons they have on them. And it's a lot of back and forth of fake pastors. I already know the true pastors from the fake ones. And that's the whole battle what's going on in this world right now. Deception, God, the devil, and false teachings of knowing the truth from the fake, from the real pastors, from the fake pastors, the ones who's really with God. And I know who's with God type pastors. I'm not blind, I'm woke. People got to be woke out here too, and aware. The way we living in, these kids got to understand too. The kids got to understand, the new generation, the old ones, and me. Everybody pretty much got to wake up one day and realize, am I living right? Am I going with God? Am I allowing darkness in my soul, in my spirit? You gotta stay away from the demonic spirits around some people, what they carry and what they allow, all this stuff. Just know the spirit. Just say, if you sensing that spirit, just say, I fear not, that God is with me. Yes, he is. And people gotta understand that God is always with you all through those battles everybody went through. Kids, people getting killed, near death, all that stuff. It's God. You got to understand to thank God that you are here. And thank him every day. And people got to wake up to pray every day to him until it's time. Because it's going to come a day, y'all. Just stay woke and keep praying. All right, y'all. That's my message of the night. To let y'all know to stay woke. Keep praying and do not be deceived by the devil and all these distractions not of God. It's all right, y'all. All right. See y'all. Y'all have a good night and stay blessed. And thank God. And stay blessed, y'all.